reacting to Gen Alpha Still Can't Read Anything by Casey Simpson. That being said, let's get started.
Just when I'd thought we'd seen the worst of Gen Alpha, brain rot has officially been codified into their nursery rhymes.
6, 7, go to heaven. You try to rebel. Watch Cocomelon. I'll shoot you with AK-47.
That's the most
What the
disturbing
fuck?
thing I've seen in years, bro. Like, I'm more disturbed at that than if I found out that my new speech and debate coach was RFK Jr. Here are the reasons that I believe cereal should count as soup. Growing up, we had real rhymes, right?
Well, I'm still held up by the fucking holy shit. Are you serious? Are you serious? What the fuck? Yo. No. No.
Like, you remember when a boy and a girl would play together for 3 seconds in recess, and everyone would start shouting, first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes a baby in the baby carriage, and that's not all, and that's not—
Oh my god. I remember those nursery rhymes. They weren't, technically they were not a fit, that particular one was not an official nursery rhyme. Being a state as a sadistic parent, it's pretty much did that to their own child. For instance, saying that to their own child, like, holy shit. You know, I know like I think that I think nursery rhymes like in the books, because I only consider nursery rhymes like that are written books, the official ones, and the rest being made up by someone somewhere in history. Hey Saltyville, welcome. How are you doing today? We just we just wrapped up our reaction and analysis for episode 9, for the episode 9 trailer. Welcome. How are you doing today?
not all, the baby's playing basketball, and that's not all, and that's not all, the baby's shooting up a shopping mall, like whatever. Now the kids'
What
rhymes,
the
they
fuck?
keep the violence, but they add the Cocomelon. Like, what are we doing?
What are we doing? What's going on?
Tell me why the 6-year-old threatening to shoot you with the AK-47 is the least insane part of that video.
Watch Cocomelon.
On our channel Discord, someone
Oh my
complained to me
God.
that their Gen Alpha cousin is watching this every morning. And a Gen Alpha responded, I can confirm, I watch this every morning. And the first thing I was thinking when I saw the Gen Alpha write that was, you're Gen Alpha and you can write?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
After watching that, I thought 2 things. Number 1, why are we continuing the human project?
I bet he really didn't care about the copyright on that.
Just, we should wrap it up. Maybe when the Cubs won the World Series, like, that would have been a good note to end on. And if Gen Alpha's growing up on that, then I'm impressed Gen Alpha is even able to, like... Well, wait, what can they do? I'm amazed that Gen Alpha can at least, like, say the word Cocomelon. Because if I grew up on that video, I can tell you guys, I would not be here today, alright? I would be begging for the sweet release of Dan Schneider's Lair. But maybe I take back the Gen Alpha...
No. No. Come on. Come on, my dude. My guy, come on. No. What the oh wait. I was caught so off guard by that. Holy shit. What in the actual fuck? Seriously, what in the actual fuck? No, I was so caught off guard by that. It's not even funny. What are we doing? Also, that pause. Funny as fuck. What are we doing? Like, I'm not surprised about the Gen Alpha nursery rhyme. I'm shocked that you even fucking said that in the first place. I know it's for shock value. At this point, I really think he is milking Gen Alpha a little too much and looking at the parent. I noticed, like, I've reacted to a few of his videos at this point already. I noticed he's not questioning the parents. He's saying, oh, Gen Alpha can't read, Gen Alpha can do this, can do that. Yeah, we already know. Are you going to question the parents or not?
can say the word cocoa melon. Like, look at this Gen Alpha try to explain a very common literary device in a very common word.
What kind of foreshadowing video are you showing me?
Subtle foreshadowing?
One more time.
Subtle foreshadowing.
Subtle foreshadowing. Cool, yeah.
Okay, nobody tell him about the pterodactyl or the 2013 hit film 𝙂𝙚 and 𝘂𝙚. Because what these Gen Alpha kids lack in knowledge, they make up for in confidence. These kids are not afraid to tell you what they think.
Mommy? Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ! That bass boost, what the fuck?
Sandwich, buddy, right?
Thanks for letting me know.
Ready to help me.
Just wanted to help you out here.
To be honest with you, if you try to show your butt off, it's flat.
Not her
What's with the bass boost of all these fucking videos? What the fuck?
saying that as she like scooted away on her pink rainbow scooter.
I miss my meme.
No, you don't. Your man's home.
Hallelujah!
That's your loud.
Okay, sorry.
Do it nicely.
Oh, yes.
Get like me.
No, she don't.
Mine fat.
I want you to put that on it.
Now your baby is out. Yeah. But why are you so fat? When I turn into a grown up.
Okay, that last one. This one here. Every baby from every generation had said something similar to that. That's not just a Gen Alpha thing. That's a generational thing.
I don't want to be a fat grown up. I want to be a skinny grown up.
Do you know any fat grown-ups?
It's more like Frank.
Why you did that?
Oh my
I
god.
don't know. I just shouldn't did it. I did it by mistake. I'm sorry.
I can't blame her. She did it by a steak. You know, that tenderloin can make you do crazy things sometimes. But my favorite has got to be this concerning intersection between historical illiteracy and disinhibition.
Hey, Dad.
Just because yes, Junior.
What year were you born?
I was born in 1984.
1984.
Yes, sir. Some of the best years in life. So you gotta get up there. You can't be scared to play with these dudes and none like
How
that.
was it being a slave?
You just
Oh my. Oh my god. You know, an unhealthy parent, a very unhealthy mentally ill parent with anger issues would have beat that child up the wazoo.
So I know some people don't like Ronald Reagan, but what I didn't like about Reagan was his 1984 executive order that revived slavery. And sometimes these kids will say the most impudent things because they're trying to support you. Like this girl saw her mom loading up the car with gas, and the girl concluded it's because her mom can't get a boyfriend. But she's still like, you go girl, you don't need a boyfriend, you get your own gas.
That's my mom putting gas because she got no man. Ay, get her.
See, supportive. I'm just so concerned that these kids
Supportive
are
in the wrong way. Toxic feminist.
such adult topics when they should be focused on their childhood. But when you get access to the
Exactly.
internet at 7 and your regular slang terms include 𝙂𝙚, then there's no avoiding seeing the adult world through your very juvenile lens. You got kids acting like they're Will Smith in The Pursuit of Happiness, you know, some 40-year-old down on his luck insurance salesman trying to get the next promotion.
Oh
Be a great
no.
dad because I care for my family a lot, and I also have a lot of passion. I would provide for my family, except I got no money.
Why are you thinking you're 7 years old? Why are you thinking of a fucking family already? To be fair, as kids, Zoomer, older Gen Z, millennials, we also did something like that, and when we were toddlers. Not today, it's more the nursing rhymes thing as before. But also like why are people with bikes? Oh god. And here it's more of like what was it going on again? You know the doll pretty much it used to like, you know the times like play whenever you like on a play, your parents made you go on a play date when you were a kid. You had to either you're playing house or you're playing video games with the homies. I was one who's playing house all the time. But yeah.
You're a kid.
Yeah, I know. I got like 20 bucks.
But when you're maybe an adult.
I'm still in debt though.
You're in debt?
Yeah, I kind of am, yeah.
You're a kid. How are you in debt?
I owe my mom something because I thought I had more money than I actually had. Life is just a game of baseball, really. If you keep working, eventually you'll hit that home run and you'll feel great about yourself. Or...
Kit. My sweet summer child. It's already bad enough out here. Or pretty much the economy's already bad. Oh, and this kid has a rude awakening, and it's pretty much gonna be somehow 100 to 300 times worse than it is right now. Oh god, I feel bad for this kid. I feel bad for this kid.
like there's the times where you strike out or make an error in the field.
I swear, that kid is about to sell me an e-course with Grant Cardone, okay? So this has created a brain rot arms race where parents are trying to ape their kids' doom scroll sludge because they think they'll communicate better. Picking up brain rot to speak better is kind of like chopping off your limbs to become a better dancer.
Bruh,
Or pretty much lobotomy.
you know we don't hit our brother. That is 0 IQ behavior. Ew, did you make this? Yeah.
Seriously, why are you encouraging this? Why not take the tablet away and correct your child's behavior? Take the tablet away and correct your child's behavior. Because we don't need any more brain rot kids. Ma'am, we don't need any more brain rot kids. Because you're going to learn real fast when your child cannot even hold down a job, let alone get one.
This is so fire. It doesn't matter that the dinner's mid. You have to 100% your plate if you want any dessert. Bruh, you made your bed without...
Coded video I've seen in years.
That's such a big brain activity.
That is the most millennial coded video I've seen in years.
Millennial code. Yes, it is so millennial coded, but somehow even worse.
Years, bro. But speaking of bro, apparently that's Gen Alpha's new watchword. Everyone is bro, including like their mom, Linda.
You didn't give your fucking you did not give your 8-year-old fucking phone. Cat, let's see. I got my phone when I was 16. My first phone when I was 16 years old. My parents waited. I think the only reason why I got a phone at 16 was because of the killer clowns thing that was going on. That was the only reason why.
So apparently this girl's entire conversation with her mom included calling her bro and asking for more Roblox money, including my favorite text. She calls her mom cringe while using the wrong form of your. But hey, she calls her mom bro. At least that's a
Your the grammar, the grammar war of your versus your. Classic, very classic.
somewhat affectionate moniker. This kid just calls his mom Linda. Linda.
I have to yell at you guys.
Listen, 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 listen. That's what he's gonna sound like in the future. I'm happy you fucking try to do that and do that to me, trying to talk over me or yell in my face.
Gen Alpha feels so comfortable calling their parents by their first names or lashing out at them like this. Bro, that kid decided it was his mom's time.
Nah. If my kid fucking tried to kick me like that, I'm not gonna be throwing hands, but pretty sure I'm lifting that kid off the ground and slamming him on his bed. And not gonna lie, I'll pretty much walk out, close the door, and hold the door closed to make sure that kid doesn't fucking get out. Or yeah, if it just gives up.
Is because of millennials' misunderstanding of gentle parenting that created this generation of kids. What?
Yeah, what millennials think is gentle parenting, is actually permissive parenting. Not gonna lie. Millennials, as a Gen Z, as an older Gen Z, as a Zoomer, I do understand. We had strict parents. We had strict parents who pretty much wasn't really right in the head. Some of them were, or most of them were really not in the head, not in the right headspace. And I don't know how some of them became parents, but still.
Chloe Grace Moretz Choppelganger explained.
I remember I could always tell right away.
I'm kidding. I just wanted to use the word Choppelganger. I'm not saying this girl is Chop.
Choppelganger, come on.
But she does look like Chloe Grace Moretz.
When I was nannying, which parents were trying to use this approach.
Chloe, yo, come on.
Consequences for your actions was a concept that seemed completely alien to these children. One time, a boy who was like 8 or 9 years old was upset with me, and he came up and he slapped me straight across the face. I had never seen behavior like this. And I believe the fight had something to do with watching TV. I took away all of his electronics, his iPad, his TV privileges for the rest of the week. And every day he thought that I was going to cave and give it back to him for some reason, and he was astounded that I held up these consequences for his actions. Another time, he and his siblings would often throw a massive fit when I told them they had to at least eat some of their dinner if they wanted to get dessert, because for some reason this family did dessert every single night. When I wasn't paying attention, they went and tried to throw all their food in the garbage. And I said, A, I guess you guys are okay with not having dessert tonight. And B, I don't want to hear it from you guys when you're hungry later, because you just threw all the food I made for you in the garbage. Then they started complaining about being hungry later that night because they genuinely thought I was still going to give them dessert for whatever reason.
Yo, these parents. These fucking parents. Oh. Ooh. Not gonna lie, when I was a kid, I had done that once. And once only. I got spanked up the wazoo for that. And that was the only time that was the only punishment that was fair. The rest, I think that's only one of 2 punishments that was fair. The rest, no. It was straight up abuse.
And I said, no, you guys can go make yourselves some real food, but I told you there's not going to be dessert tonight if you didn't eat your first meal. And the more I set these boundaries and patterns, the less issues we were having with dinner every night. And it always felt really nice to hear the parents commenting how the kids were just genuinely behaving better.
Thank you, Chloe. And so because these kids don't respect their parents, play outside, have a childhood to enjoy, they spend their whole day thinking about Roblox and Stanley Cups, or literally making TikToks in every corner of their already digital world. They'll make TikToks outside your car while you're in the car. To be fair, this girl didn't know that someone was in the car, but this has got to be one of the craziest videos of all time.
I'm literally at my kid's soccer practice, and this person is making a TikTok against my car. They don't see me because my windows are tinted, and she's literally just dancing. Does anyone know who this is? Hold on. Excuse me. I'm right here.
Oh, poor girl.
Yep, poor kid. Poor kid is traumatized. Funny as hell to fucking surprise him like that.
And I feel for her. Not saying this goes for everyone, but when I was first getting into Musical.ly, it was fun for a while, but then it became so much of a thing I had to do. As stupid as making Musical.ly as a thing I had to do sound.
What is this?
It lost a bit of its luster, a bit of its authenticity. The same way Mr. Beast used to make all these crazy, genuine videos no one had ever seen before, and now he makes all his content like he's running a Henry Ford assembly line. I worry how many of these kids really, truly, madly, deeply love making silly TikToks, and how many of them just feel the pressure to seem pretty to their classmates or seem trendy by making a TikTok. Especially when you have kids at 7 years old on something called Polybuzz, where these young boys just stare at like pretty girls from TikTok.
What the fuck? Yo. Nah. Nah. You know what that's me? Whoever thought of that idea is a fucking creep. And anyone who actively made that app, even if they're paid, they're also creeps. Holy shit. Nah. Nah. No, this is why. This is the exact reason why I refuse to do a face reveal. This type of shit here is the exact reason why I refuse to do a face reveal. That is wild. How do they feel getting away with this shit? Generally, how?
Bruh, growing up, the prettiest girls I saw were from like actual TV episodes, okay? Like watching Victorious or something.
Yes.
And so now there's an inevitable huge backlash among Gen Z and millennials to what Gen Alpha culture has become. But the proposed solutions are not the right ones. Like millennials and Gen Zs have responded to Gen Alpha having this anti-education culture by just showing Gen Alpha the memes that was popular when millennials and Gen Z were kids. We don't save Gen Alpha by just like showing them the duck song. Like look at this millennial putting...
Why? Who thought of that? Look, I'm Gen Z, and even I think that's a stupid ass idea. Why not fucking make sure whoever many Gen Zs and good, quote unquote, good millennial parents are out there. Gen Z, let's make sure we raise an actual good generation. But also, let's make sure we don't leave any bruises on the kids. All right.
A gun to her Gen Alpha sister's head to make sure she watches like some anime meme from when she was a kid. I mean,
Oh my
it's admirable
god.
how intense the millennial is taking this. I don't think
Oh my god, what the fuck?
it's gonna have the intended result. My favorite is this little boy who has a millennial brother, so he talks like he was born in 1988.
No. You're doing too much.
Give me the lemon.
You're not real.
Aww. Keep also, what the fuck? Parent. Come on.
Okay. No. Let's put that away. Go put your jacket on and your shoes. Let's go.
Bruh. What can I say? He's a bad, he's a 10.
The kid's even bringing back bruh. That makes me proud. But there's also
That makes me proud. Okay, that makes me proud. Okay, so Gen Z, millennials, the good ones. Let's make sure we strictly raise our children with our slang in mind. Let's bring back the memes we grew up with and make absolutely sure that those memes are going to be cycled through, going to be recycled for generations to come. We got to make sure that that happens. So imagine, like, so we could probably imagine, like, the Rickroll is already dying with Gen Alpha. We gotta make sure Rickroll doesn't die. All right, we gotta make sure people keep getting Rickrolled or Duckrolled or whatever.
just like a mean spirit to Gen Alpha. They will insult you and then insult each other. Like this kid found out. This kid who I can only assume is preparing to star as Rainbow Dash in the live-action remake.
Here's the thing. Millennials, including you, the one reacting to. Y'all have insulted your parents at least once. either in a fun way or you got your ass whooped. Cause I remember my older sibling. There's a story of I think it was my aunt told me that my older sibling pretty much insulted birther, and said I think it's birther was, I don't fucking know, she's trying to seek validation from her own children. And my little brother, very young, we were both very young, I was barely a toddler, but my older sibling said that he wants his mom back. Oh my god, when I learned about that, I was fucking hilarious. Because she had a fucking afro. She decided to try an afro, and like, apparently I started crying. My brother's my older sibling, my older brother, I said that he wants his mom back. Fucking hell, that's fucking hilarious.
Of My Little Pony.
I'm like, hey guys, how's it going? What are you looking for? And they're like, we're just looking. Okay. You're the shopper. You're the customer. You know what you're doing. I'm not worried about it. So I was like, okay, just let me know if you have any questions.
Jesus Christ. These kids are like, if they woke up every morning, the 30, kind of like 30, 40-year-old that wakes up every morning is cranky without their coffee.
Questions, no big deal. One of the girls is like, we're not gonna have any questions. We know the store pretty well. And then they laugh to each other.
What the fuck?
This idiot. Forget that dummy behind the counter. Mean.
Bro, I would like never recover from that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They don't just talk to other people like that. They talk to each other like that. Because then the other girl, not the one who was directly mean to me, but the other one, is talking to her friend, and she's like, oh, I really wanted one of those Labubus that they were selling in the store that we were just in. I think they're closed, but do you think we can come back tomorrow and get one? And her friend, not even breaking away from looking at the friendship necklaces, was like, first of all, that was a Lafufu. You don't want a Lafufu. You're gonna get bullied, one, for having a fake Labubu, a fake version of something that's trending, and two, for having one at all, because they're not even in anymore. Oh
damn.
My god.
Rookie mistake going with the Lafufu. True story, I was hanging out with my friends, I brought out my own Lafufu, and they shot me in the face.
If someone said that to me, I would cry for weeks. I'm expecting this little girl to start like crying or go completely silent, and then her friend is like, no, you're totally right, they're so not in, that would be so lame. Flips her hair and starts looking at the friendship necklaces too. What?
Jesus, I would not be that mean to anyone. Holy shit. Holy shit. And these parents fucking allow this behavior. They fucking enable it too. What the And not gonna lie, I have pretty much I said the most out of context memes to one of my besties, and she calls me out through a meme, and I call her out through a meme as well. Pretty much we're shit talking each other through memes with you know, I think it is one teacher that's on TikTok saying, and Gen Z has a pretty much Gen Z's humor is pretty much being mildly threatening, but not enough to have the cops called on this. Yeah, that's also my sense of humor with my bestie.
I've never in my life seen an interaction that was that vile and that normal. Like, they were so chill about just being outwardly aggressive with everything they said. It was like watching an episode from Mean Girls where like Karen says something dumb and then Regina is like, "You idiot," and she's like, "Yeah, I'm such an idiot."
I'm just glad I'm not in middle school now. I can't imagine
Jesus
my classmates
Christ.
turning to me and going like this.
You're not even a Stacy.
How does my maxilla look?
What do you mean you don't drink out of an Awala? What do you drink out of then? A Stanley? My mom got me a Park mock neck. Your mom didn't get you a Park mock neck. Dude, all
Jesus
the girls
Christ.
in her class would get mocked.
School every day. And there's something I've noticed. A Gen Alpha commented on that video. That's exactly how it
As a middle schooler, I can confirm.
feels to go to school every day. And there's something I've noticed as someone who tries to do things and interact with the world and learn things, that when I want to do some project that I think is cool, like a rap battle.
Nah. If I was a middle schooler in today's day and age, I would pretty much, even like when I was in middle school, I pretty much as a quiet kid. Kept to myself, kept good grades up, stuff like that. But I also didn't really make much memories or make many friends because mostly due to my parents being absolute fucking assholes. But Gen Alpha, you can't even be a quiet kid. I know you can't even be a quiet kid. Even the quiet kid, both pretty much personally normalize. They normalize bullying, pretty much. If you don't act the way that Gen Alpha acts, they will bully you. They will bully anyone. I really don't expect them to pretty much keep a job or keep a job at all.
Between C.S. Lewis and JFK. When my acquaintances see it, they'll be like, "Oh, is that for class or for fun?" Like, it's a weird dichotomy. Like, why can't you learn something outside of class? Why can't you do something that makes you grow your understanding of the world and as a person and not it be for class? And why does class have to be not fun? Like, I know this is sort of the world that we all live in now, but it's such a sad state of affairs. Like, if you could tell, like, the first guy to go to school that, like, people are gonna hate this every day, like, he'd be like, "Are you kidding me? This place is amazing." Bro, imagine being the first person to go to school.
Hey, Jimmy, you wanna hang tomorrow?
Oh, sorry, I got school.
What?
So I thought of this when I saw
What?
this video, where apparently kids who aren't explicitly taught the months of the year just don't know any months or years.
What the fuck? Jeff brother said they don't teach months in a year, so he doesn't know.
You know, this gives me an idea. I'm gonna go to my...
I think the parents that's parents' fault. Also, preschool also teaches months, days, and years. I think pretty much. I understand we're all busy. We have too much on our plate. At the same time, you gotta be realistic about what you can actually do as a parent. If you're already like working your ass off and barely have any time for yourself before you have kids, if you barely have time for yourself before you have kids, how the fuck are you supposed to raise kids in the first place? That's my real question.
Gen Alpha cousin and be like, "You know what month it is?" He's gonna be like, "No, obviously." I'm just gonna start making up months. It's actually the month of Chapel Ronerary, and it's the year 2. So my cousin's gonna go around thinking it's the year 2. Louis C.K. has a great bit on this. He's like, "You guys know they didn't call it the year 2 in the year 2. Nobody was like, hey, what year is it?" It's 2. It's 2? Yeah, the year is 2. And I'm 29. Yeah, you were born in negative 27. Oh, that's right. It must have been so terrifying.
Aw, hi, babe. I mean, I have my mouth open for a reason. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Shrugs.
When the year started counting backwards, you know, like it's the year negative 27, and then next year it's negative 26, and then the next year it's like negative 25.
I spend some time doing opening source read sucked hard. I mean, there are things that suck harder, you know? If you know where to look. I had to.
And finally, it's the year -2, and you're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen in 2 years? Like, what's going wrong?
January,
I would have mind.
February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
But just technologically,
Aw.
Gen Alpha is in a world reborn. They don't write, so they don't use pencils, so they don't use pencil sharpeners.
Bro, tell me why I just found out that in some elementary schools and middle schools now, they don't use pencil and paper anymore. They use a tablet. No pencil, no nothing. That means the next generation of kids will never know what it's like to put on.
Oh my god. Doesn't just how come Ritsu doesn't have PvP? Because I'm lazy. Just lazy. That lazy. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
A fire ass fit, then walk up to the pencil sharpener to show it off. The original aura farming, bro. That's crazy. What are they replacing that with? What's the new version of that? Going to the charging station for the tablet? That's not tough, bro. That's not.
Okay, to be honest, I never did that. Did anyone do that? Maybe I never did that because I like dressed up as Dr.
I think it pretty much what happened when I was in grade school. Like in the latter half of my grade school, pretty much in junior and senior year, we were mostly using. So pretty much, we still had notebooks, stuff like that. Using notebooks, writing down stuff like that. But most of the time, we were using laptops to get like projects done and stuff like that. So we were heading to a hyper digitalized age. Oh, just no one really batted an eye back then.
But the one undefeated card Gen Z and Millennials can hold over Gen Alpha whenever Gen Alpha becomes me is no matter what Gen Alpha says, Gen Z can read. So Gen Alpha ever gets mad at you, you can tell them, I'm gonna write you a strongly worded reply, and they'll never know.
Your outfit is so cute today. It's such a sleigh. You still say sleigh? You're a grandma. You're a grandma. Spell restaurant.
And because millennials felt they were
real spell restaurant. I can't even spell restaurant on my own without autocorrect. That's a fucking. I don't fucking know though. I don't fucking know where I was going there. That's how fucking autistic I am. I don't fucking know.
wrong. Sometimes they'll go in the opposite direction of gentle parenting as well and lash out at their kids, like this woman saw at the park.
And I hear this woman behind me just scream, "No one owes you anything." But this kid was not nearly as loud as that woman was. I didn't turn around because he was making a scene. I turned around because she was making a scene.
The truth is, both overly gentle parenting and parents who lash out at their kids like this woman did come from the same place of insecurity. Were these parents secure in their roles and as people, they wouldn't feel the need to compensate. They wouldn't feel the need to really try and make their kid like them by gentle parenting. And they wouldn't have an insecurity triggered by their kid lashing out. They would be able to look at the kid and say, hey, he's a kid, he's lashing out, here's what we have to do about it. But when a parent lashes out and loses control over their own equilibrium because of what their kid did, it bespeaks that the parent is threatened in some way by the kid acting out. They feel like they're a bad parent, or they feel like they're not authoritative enough, or they feel like something's wrong with them because they don't have a kid who's behaving. So they placate their impotence by screaming at the kid because that feels powerful.
Honestly, it's also a very shitty thing to do. Lashing out at your own child, lashing out at a child at all. That is very shit. No, one, that's very shitty of you to do. Two, that makes you look even more childish than the actual kid itself. Literally, I classify the parents who lash out at their kids as adult children, literal adult children, or child adult. But yeah.
Healthy people make for healthy parents. And what's so sad is I see so many thoughtful people who comment on my videos saying, oh, now I'm never gonna have kids.
What are you talking about? You are the thoughtful audience.
You are the people concerned about how kids are being raised. You are watching these videos to know what to avoid. You are exactly the people who should have kids. It's the parents who aren't watching these videos, who don't know how corrosive an iPad is to a kid's soul, or who don't care about their kids enough to find out that shouldn't be having kids, at least like this. Maybe to avoid all this bad parenting around them, Gen Alpha has chosen aesthetic over everything. Like, they will rearrange their whole day to follow some new TikTok aesthetic. Okay, at least that one seems fun. Like, I try to acknowledge these videos whenever Gen Alpha goes right, which can happen, might not be common. Like, Ray Charles could make a free throw. I don't think it would be very common. However, some people I feel like are not discerning at all and just make these blanket statements about Gen Alpha that sometimes are a little disturbing.
They all wear fucking shirts now. Every little kid at the beach wears a fucking sun protective shirt. It's like, let me see your pecs.
What the fuck?
What? My brother
in Christ. You need Jesus? You need a psychiatric evaluation? And you need to be put in this fucking psych ward. Holy shit. Hell no. Hell fucking no.
Christ, why are you trying to check out the little boy's pecs? What is that? Why is that important to you? And also, my hot take, by the way, is that people in general should be wearing more swim t-shirts. I hated, wearing a swim t-shirt growing up, but like, sunburns age you so fast, and exposure to sun is literally the second most important factor in aging. Have you noticed so many people talk about how people look so much younger now?
Yeah, because I don't go out that often. I don't go out that often, or at all. Not often.
They did when our parents were growing up. One of the reasons is because we spend so much less time in the sun. We also wear sunscreen, and to some extent, it's because we wear swim shirts. I guess theoretically, avoiding too much sun exposure is one upside of Gen Alphas sitting inside on their iPads all day with this godforsaken Roblox laugh.
Oh my god.
I swear there's so many TikToks of Gen Alpha being so concerned about aging when they're like 9 that some Gen Alphas are gonna see this video and be like, oh my gosh, we gotta stay inside even more because that way we'll never age. Guys.
God damn it, I think he inadvertently made that a reality.
That's not the point. By the way, not this kid just laughing at a picture of the troll face. Like, it's just a...
I mean, my guy, you kind of made it a point. You literally said, oh, we look younger because we avoided sunlight and pretty much like too much sun exposure is pretty much the second cause of rapid aging. My guy, you kind of made it a point. What are you telling me why that's not the point?
JPEG of the troll face, that's what he's laughing profusely at. That's like me enjoying a basketball game, but the basketball game is just a JPEG of a used basketball. But a huge controversy about Gen Alpha is continuing to erupt about what to do with the 2010-2011 kids. Some people are punting it all together and saying if you're born in 2010 or 2011, you're not Gen Z. You're not even Gen Alpha. You're Gen Zalpha.
I'm sitting here crying in my prom dress. I'd be the prom queen if crying was a contest.
To me, they lean more Gen Z, but they still have the insults of Gen Alpha. Because Gen Alpha's insults are shameless.
What about you being built like a bus driver? What about you being built like the bus?
Future historians are going to...
No, I would be impressed by the insult. I was like, my guy, respect to you for the insult. Respect to you. I respect you. Here's the thing, a true friend not only takes an insult, but insults you back even harder. Your best friend insults you with a bigger insult.
And burn this era of history.
All right, let's see. 2000s, 2010s, 2030. What the hell is 2020?
No information? No, that can't be right. Yo, say, have you ever heard of the 2020s?
No, I never heard anything about it. Honestly, I just thought it wasn't that useful a generation or something. That's why they never recorded it.
But still, you don't just erase an entire decade from our history. Like, there has to be some reason we don't have anything on it.
Wait, I do remember there was this one historian named Joey that apparently found out about the 2020s a while back, but apparently he went insane after finding it, and we never heard from him since.
What, really? Then why have I never heard about him then? I mean, that's gotta be pretty important, finding an entire lost decade like that.
I don't know, maybe it's just one of those things the world's better off not knowing.
That just doesn't sound right. You don't just stay away from history like that. I'm gonna go get some food.
Yeah, did you hear about the execution down in the courtyard? You gotta fuck up big to get executed like that nowadays.
Execution? They still do that stuff?
Joey, you have committed research without proper authorization, and you have been sentenced to execution. Do you have any final words? That's him! You're the one who found it, weren't you? Kid, quiet down!
You wanna know about that cursed decade, do ya?
The 2020s! You're the one who went out and found it, right? So tell us what happened!
Yes, I found it. And if you want to see it,
go find it for yourself. I left it out there for you to find. Go rewrite history. Do it now! The void
Do it now.
I don't blame that historian. That historian is totally justified. Like,
That historian is totally justified, indeed.
my kids would be less traumatized reading A Day in the Life of 𝙂𝙚 𝙂𝙚𝙧𝙖 than knowing what this hellscape of the 2020s pop culture is. This
Exactly.
era where kids are becoming makeup experts at age 4.
Today I'm going to show you how to look just like me. She blackmailed me. She doesn't even know what blackmailing means. Get a big glob. I'm sure this is my color. The most important thing is to blend and blend.
Aww.
Now we're gonna use
Aww, it's so cute. Also, every time Fame says I see, I know that that's his cue to leave.
the highlighter to get a subtle glow.
Hey, at least someone in Gen Alpha knows the word subtle.
Subtle foreshadowing.
Subtle.
Highlight the cheekbones, bridge of the nose.
This girl using an actual highlighter. It's almost as bad as this clip where this kid uses actual
Aw.
toothpaste.
Add 1 spoon.
Garlic paste. Dude. No. What? I'm proud Gen Alpha is from ginger garlic paste.
Ginger garlic paste to it. Use your brain. Ginger garlic paste.
Give the face some struts.
Oh my god. Here's the thing, pretty much what millennials did to Gen Alpha, they couldn't use their brain. They somehow millennials somehow lost their brain and said, if I'm gonna lose my mind, you're gonna lose your mind too, Gen Alpha. I think that's pretty much what fucking happened.
Now, we're gonna curl your eyelashes. And that's not right. Keeping this really natural. Yeah, right. So how's your mother-in-law? Scary. You don't supposed to eat it. I think you'll overland it. Split.
Aww.
I'm gorgeous.
I am gorgeous.
Aww.
Thanos, his original take wasn't I am inevitable. He goes, I am gorgeous.
I am gorgeous.
Give us a big thumbs up.
These girls are cute, and it seems like toward the end this was more of a fun sleepover challenge than really trying to get their makeup perfect. But a lot of kids their age are like buying Sephora because they want to look good for their kindergarten class.
What
But a
happened?
lot of kids their age are like buying Sephora.
Oh, here's the 9-year-old daughter friend to Heroes. You said they're fine, what happened? They're being tender to it for so sensitive is cool. Okay, children. What the fuck?
Because they want to look good for their kindergarten classmates.
Yeah.
Even their simple pleasures are electronic. Like how many outfights are obsessed with the 0.5 filter. And Gen Alphas don't care
Bruh.
about things that matter, like literacy, but they care a lot about how low your socks are, I guess.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, although it's
They will ask you to give up the funds you made, working late at your shift at the drugstore or on an oil rig so they can buy more Roblox socks.
Oh wow.
20 bucks.
Gen Alpha is speaking pidgin English at this point, and non-Gen Alphas need a
Pidgin.
translator.
You know them? No. But in DeClurb, we all fam. What? In DeClurb, we all fam. I don't... In the club, we are all family. Are you racist?
Because don't forget, that's the point of brain rot. The point is to be a Gen Alpha shibboleth. In past generations, it was a side effect that other generations wouldn't understand what the kids are saying. For Gen Alpha, it's the point. The more absurd their brain rot is, the better. That's why so much of it is in Italian.
So, oh, that's clever. It's like speaking a whole different language that's shifting around every other day. Holy shit! It's not even worth trying to understand Gen Alpha. All right.
Cappuccino. 퉁퉁퉁퉁 샤후예. Cappuccino 야사티노. 베베 파타핀.
Because Gen Alpha is trying to laugh at how Gen Z and Millennials and Gen X can't understand what they're talking about. They don't understand what they're talking about. Their language is a fiat language. It gives meaning because, like, they all laugh about it, not that it actually conveys some objective truth about the world. They feel like they're in the in-group, and they can point and laugh at everyone else who's in the out-group. And this is exacerbated when every other generation prostrates themselves before Gen Alpha and just begs to know what each new Italian brain rot slang term means. That tells Gen Alpha that what they're...
So, yeah. I figured that brain rot is truly just brain rot. There's really no meaning to it, and it's not really meant to have any meaning. Makes sense. I think it's pretty much... This is way before Gen Alpha existed, but pretty much a random thing that I would do. Someone doesn't know would do, pretty much. Someone asked me, why do you do that? It doesn't make any sense. And I tell them it's not supposed to make any sense. I guess there's an embodiment of Gen Alpha now. It's like their entire vocabulary is not supposed to make any sense. And you're supposed to just take it at face value. So yeah.
doing is really cool. Otherwise, every other generation wouldn't be clamoring to see what they're talking about. Look, all the Gen Alphas in these comment sections are saying, like, Gen Alphas don't even want to be Gen Alphas. They want to be part of, like, a literate generation. So what does it say when Gen X, Millennials, and Zoomers are trying to find out nothing more than what the Gen Alphas are talking about? It tells the Gen Alphas that you're the coolest and everyone wants to be like you.
This room's kitty. It's kitty toilet. Get off your 𝙂𝙚, stop mewing and clean it up.
And the very worst thing anyone can say to Gen Alpha is that they're okay just the way they are. Because everyone who cares about Gen Alpha should want them to become what they were meant to be, which is not this. I'm going to talk about this more on Patreon and Discord. Thanks to our patrons Bob, Eric, Guy, Matt.
It's ironic they call Gen Alpha, and they're the furthest thing from being an alpha.